Cincinnati has left the WTA rankings in chaos. Coco Gauff has lifted the title after beating Jessica Pegula in straight sets, while Sára Bejlek delivered one of the biggest shocks by taking down world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka. And once again, Eala is on the move, climbing higher as the race intensifies with the US Open just around the corner. But those are just some of the biggest stories. Because across the top 30, there are major movers, painful drops, and new career highs. So let's count down the latest WTA rankings, starting at number 30 and working our way all the way to the top. At number 30, Ann Lee slips one spot, losing 78 points to 1,518. The American reached the Cincinnati's round of 32 before falling out. Sára Bejlek surges 6 spots to number 29, a new career high, with 1,652. The 20-year-old Czech reached the Cincinnati semifinals, a breakout result fueling her rapid rise up the rankings. Barbara Krejcikova drops 2 spots to number 28, shedding 110 points to 1,666. The Czech former Grand Slam champion lost in the Cincinnati round of 64, continuing a difficult run of form. Marie Buskova holds number 27, losing 75 points to reach 1,699. The Czech fell in the Cincinnati round of 16, a respectable run that nonetheless cost her points on the rankings table. Emma Navarro climbs 2 spots to number 26, gaining 55 points for 1,724 total. The American lost in the Cincinnati round of 32, a modest result still enough to lift her ranking slightly. Anastasia Potapova sits at number 25, down 25 points to 1,756. She reached the Cincinnati round of 64 before falling. Elise Mertens falls 2 spots to number 24, dropping 133 points to 1,870. The Belgian is seeded at Monterrey Open, but lost in Cincinnati's round of 64. A tough stretch overall. Madison Keys rises 1 place to number 23, gaining 95 points for 1,909 total. The American reached the Cincinnati quarterfinals before losing, a strong showing that lifts her ranking this week. Anna Kalinskaya drops 1 spot to number 22, losing 150 points to 1,933. The Russian fell in the Cincinnati round of 32, a modest setback that nudges her slightly down the rankings table. Maya Chwalinska climbs 2 places to number 21, a career high, adding 53 points to reach 2,037. She reached Monterrey's round of 16 before falling in Cincinnati's round of 32 this week. Jasmine Paolini falls 5 spots to number 20, shedding 649 points, now at 2,124. The Italian skipped Cincinnati this year due to injury. Her ranking slides as she looks to rebuild form soon. Ekaterina Alexandrova drops 1 place to number 19, losing 320 points to 2,186. The Russian reached the Monterrey round of 16 before falling in Cincinnati's round of 32, a mixed fortnight overall. Alexandra Eala climbs 2 spots to number 18, a career-high position, gaining 5 points for 2,221 total. The Filipina star fell in the Cincinnati round of 32 to Anisimova, continuing her breakthrough season nicely. The US Open now awaits her magic. Sorana Cirstea rises 2 places to number 17, though down 208 points at 2,294. The 36-year-old Romanian lost in the Cincinnati round of 16, still climbing despite the recent points deduction. Diana Schneider slips 2 spots to number 16, losing 330 points to reach 2,468. The Russian fell in the Cincinnati round of 16, a result that cost her ground in the latest rankings. Victoria Mboko moves up 2 places to number 15, sitting on 2,530 points. The 19-year-old Canadian withdrew due to injury, her ranking still climbing on the strength of earlier form. Iva Jovic climbs 2 spots to number 14, a new career high, despite dropping 20 points to 2,671. The 18-year-old American fell in the Cincinnati round of 32, but keeps rising overall. Naomi Osaka remains at number 13 with 2,846 points, unchanged this week. The Japanese former world number 1 did not play in Cincinnati due to exhaustion. Her ranking holds steady amid a demanding stretch. Belinda Bencic sits at number 12, points unchanged at 2,995. The Swiss star fell early, losing in the Cincinnati round of 64, a disappointing result that stalled her recent ranking momentum this week. Marta Kostyuk holds number 11, adding 150 points to reach 3,980. The Ukrainian reached the Cincinnati quarterfinals before exiting, continuing a strong stretch of form that keeps her ranking trending upward nicely. Amanda Anisimova sits at number 10, up 180 points to 4,533. The American reached the Cincinnati quarterfinals before falling, a solid result keeping her firmly positioned inside the tour's top tier. Elena Svitolina rises to number 9, gaining 55 points for 4,689 total. The Ukrainian lost in the Cincinnati round of 32, though that still marks an improvement on her previous round of 64 finish. Iga Świątek tumbles 3 spots to number 8, losing a hefty 610 points, now at 4,809. The Polish former world number 1 fell in the Cincinnati semifinals, a tough stretch continuing for the star. Karolina Muchova slips to number 7, dropping 55 points to 4,993. The 30-year-old Czech did not play Cincinnati this year due to injury, her ranking easing slightly as points from prior events fall away. Linda Noskova jumps 2 places to number 6, a new career-high position, adding 12 points to reach 5,028. The Czech fell in the Cincinnati round of 16, but keeps climbing the rankings ladder. Mira Andreeva climbs 1 spot to number 5, gaining 110 points for a total of 5,433. The 19-year-old Russian's run ended in the Cincinnati round of 16, but her upward trajectory continues impressively. Coco Gauff holds number 4, surging by 785 points to 6,704. The 22-year-old American claimed her second Cincinnati title, building on the final and cementing her place among the tour's elite heading into the U.S. Open. Jessica Pegula climbs to number 3, unchanged in position, but surging to 7,265 points. The American reached the Cincinnati final, a repeat of her 2024 run. At number 2, Elena Rybakina stays put despite shedding 175 points. The Kazakh star now holds 8,141, having fallen in the Cincinnati quarterfinals. Holding steady at number 1, Aryna Sabalenka remains the game's dominant force. The Belarusian sits on 8,575 points, down 95 after a round of 16 exit to Sára Bejlek in Cincinnati failed to shake her firm grip on top spot. And with Cincinnati now in the books, the rankings battle is heating up at exactly the right time. Because the U.S. Open is just around the corner. Who will rise, who will fall, and who will make another huge statement on the biggest stage? If you enjoyed this rankings breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we'll be tracking every major U.S. Open ranking shakeup.